Hello, my name is Zhatelier, and welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode we did a landing over here, and we are actually... So there's a few things that I've learned since the previous episode by doing a bit of research, mainly reading the manual and a few other things. So I've come to the conclusion that, well, first of all, we do indeed need the airbase over here to be able to do the air bridge. I don't know how much we can actually, like, these say that they can carry one max size. So in theory, we could maybe transport like 30 units or something with these, with the air bridge. But of course, first we need to get the airfield there. But we can actually just extend the current contract that we have. So if we click on that one, we can just extend it by, we could, so it's quite a bit, what I suppose it's the same price regardless. So initial contract was 3 rounds. Or 980 credits, so that was quite a bit. But I think what we could do, let's at least put in another 6. Yeah, 490 credits. That's probably going to be alright. Well, it's relatively high price, but still, that's going to allow us to keep moving in the supplies in here. And there's a few other things that we need to do. So let's call in the Governor of Oceania over here. Zone inventory. So we are not going to be sending food back, that's for sure. So we'll confirm the orders there, and I think we might also... I'm going to call in the governor again for the zone orders. So we can... hold on a minute. There's the unit supply. Allow supply units if shortfall. It's a bit micro, but that's going to allow us to sort of send in stuff in here when we can, and then just, you know, have it supply. So the units aren't going to be completely out of supply in this particular zone. So yeah, we'll just... confirm that we've got a bit of public budget there, but that's not going to be too big of an issue. There we go, that's at least some things there. And I suppose let's actually have a look at the use points. So that's 42. Is that current points? Right, so we've got a decent bit in there actually. So what we could do is we could transfer a little bit of supplies from the Supreme Headquarters to the zone. And what we'll do is we'll mostly transfer a bit of food. So weight is 1 per unit. But yeah, we'll transfer at least some food. I suppose we do also need to transfer... Hold on a minute, before we transfer anything, let's have a look. What do we need for the airbase? It was 100 metal, 100 industrial points, and 1,000 worker points. Okay, well, it's only... that much. Right, so what we could do is like transfer a little bit of metal and industrial points already, and then also send in maybe a bit of the food as well, because we do need some food in here. And we got what, 80 or 60 points left. So if we transfer a total of 60, I suppose that will be mostly fine. So let's see, we'll transfer... Oh, it is 80 points, okay. So we'll transfer that. We'll transfer at least a little bit of food. And I suppose... Oh, right, we probably need to do this one at a time. Let's transfer the 20 metal then next. Because the rest of that could be mostly just the food, so we'll use... we'll leave a little bit extra unused, I guess. Just to be on the safe side, but now we can... Oh, right, we've got the... Another thing that I did notice is that we got a bit of a road over here, which is kind of unnecessary right now. So if we were to do a bit of a... traffic sign over here, so we could block like most of the traffic in there and thus reduce the amount of supply or the sort of transport points that we're using up there. And let's switch back to the bottleneck so we can see a little bit more. Also, let's switch to the movement. Don't know if we're going to be moving too many things, but we can see that this is now not a particularly strong supply line, but it is there, and we can at least do a bit of the construction work there. Hopefully we can get the airfield built soon enough, and then we can start using the planes to do a bit of an air bridge as well, which will give us a tiny bit more supplies in there. Then in the meanwhile, so we do have the troops in here. We don't really have enough points. I mean, we did most of the troop movement already last week, didn't we? Or last episode, rather, not last week. Right, so I suppose in that case, it's time to go to the next round. And also, one of the things that we do need to start planning soon is building a railway between Spike and somebody, because there's a lot of traffic there. There's like oil being transported. Actually, I don't know if the oil is being transported all that much, but there's plenty of food transported from somebody to Spike, or mostly towards the Supreme Headquarters. So that does take a decent bit of supply points overall. Or that's a lot of transporting that needs to happen there. So if we were to put in like a railway station between the two cities, that would reduce the truck usage quite a bit. And thus that would allow the, for example, troops to be supplied a little bit easier. And also, of course, that also means that we can transport the supplies for the troops along the railway, which would help. A little bit partially surrounded over there, but no battles. Ooh, metal deposit. Now that was just what we needed, and we researched side skirts. Found a stockpile in Ansang D, 292 credits. That's pretty decent. Alright, well let's have a look at the... Where's the metal? Oh, it's all the way there. Okay, it's a bit of unfortunate location. Also, what do we have here? So we've got the supply base there. I suppose one of the things that I could do... What do we have here? We've got a truck station there. We could maybe have another truck station over here somewhere. Or maybe even slightly closer. I think this would be a nice location for a truck station. So let's do that. Let's have a look at the decisions. Militia learns from experience. I don't necessarily want to pay 400 credits, so we'll just take the little bit experience in there. A new director for Applied Science Council. Ooh, actually, before we assign that one, let's have a look. Have we already unlocked the... No, not yet. Once we get turboprop engine, that is going to unlock the applied engineering stuff here. But we don't have any applied engineering stuff elsewhere, so we still don't really need a director in there that we'd have to then pay for. So yeah, we can just postpone that for now. Yes, sir. Not going to change the task for the Supreme Council. Ah, we could get... Ooh, RPG could actually be quite nice. I think we're going to start researching that one. That's also... Oh, and Maritime Trade House Leader Recruitment. You know what? Okay, it's an excellent sailor. We will hire that, though. And secondly, okay, we don't have that much political points, but, you know, maybe we can take that. Eager to serve us, so it's a decent thing, and it increases the... Oh, right. Transport contract to the shores of Zeus Sea 5. Oh, hold on a minute. Did he actually get rid of the stuff here? No, that is still ongoing. Oh, maybe we call in for another one. Okay. We already have that, so let's see. So we first need to select the target, so that would be Ansang D. And embarkation point. Ah. Well, Ruby would be the biggest, but that's a bit of a long distance, so that wouldn't really help. Actually, Yezo is also the same, so we'll just put that in there. Ooh, it's a bit expensive. We'll start with 3 rounds. I don't know if we... Oh, managed to haggle the price. A little bit, well, that's good. Alien nations tries to talk with us. Which one is that? Oh, Raconis, okay. We could send the linguistic team. Yes, sir. That takes all of our political points, though, so I guess we won't be doing much else. Right, well, let's have a look at the front line. So we got a bit of... Ah, there is someone there. We could maybe hold them off with the recon unit, at least. And then I suppose there is something in here, so we'll just hold that there. These could maybe start moving closer to the metal automation in here. There we go. And since we got that one already, we've got plenty of industrial points. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to start constructing a bit more road through here. It'll be 800, but that'll probably do. That will at least get us slightly closer to get the supplies into here. We don't have a peace deal with the Raconis yet. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, I suppose another thing that we could do is build a tiny bit of road from here. Maybe sort of along the coast here. That seems like it would be fairly open. And that way we can get supplies down here. To some degree at least. I suppose that could just stay there for now. We're not necessarily going to attack the Raconis at all right now. We're trying to sort of get them as friends. And then we can annex them peacefully. Which, you know, saves us a lot of manpower. There seems like there might be something over here, so we'll just pull back a little bit that one. And then over here we are kind of surrounded. They've taken the... Right, what is that actually? Oh right, that was the lizard snakes, and this is the Cooper Plus. Okay, so... Not necessarily that useful there. Okay, the razors are practically done for. You know, we'll use the artillery to maybe break them. If we're lucky. It's probably not going to happen though. Because we didn't kill it. Well, let's try with the infantry then. Should have pretty good advantage in here. Oh, well, that was a quick one. That's for sure. Let's move these in here. and try to get rid of the lizard snakes there. There's not too much happening in there. But I do know that there's enemies in the vicinity in here, so we can maybe bring in a unit there and a unit there. If they do go on the road, then that's going to be bad for them. Or worse for them than for us. We'll get the old thermal. And then take the Centop Corp. And then we can pull back. So is that one... What does that do? Oh, more recruits. Okay, that's brilliant. So that's basically mercenary units that we get from there on a regular basis. Okay, there must be something... Well, it could be there, I suppose. Do we need to bring in the artillery? Oh, they've abandoned that area by the looks of it. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure though. Go ahead and get a little bit closer over here. We could bring the artillery over here and then maybe do a quick little cheeky artillery barrage there. Okay, no kills, but at least a little bit damage, hopefully. We might need quite a bit of new ammunition as well. Let's also take a look at the inventory in here now. So we've got a bit of, quite a bit of metals in here actually, and quite a bit of industrial points. We don't have too much food in here, but at least we are, well, we're consuming a tiny bit of it, which is mostly just the workers that are consuming it though. And then we've got quite a bit of water in there, which it might just be because, you know, we basically have full stockpile of water at all times. So they just filled in what we had here. Let's go ahead and move a little bit in there. We could maybe capture tiny chunks of the island here once again. We've got a tiny bit of road there. Of course, we don't have any truck stations or anything like that in here yet. That's something that we'll probably have to look into later, but not going to do that yet. Also not going to be sending more troops there yet. Although, well, one of the things that we could perhaps do is send in another 100 workers in. If we do have a... Oh, right, so the worker habit is a bit rough there. The airbase, well, we got some work done on it. About 20 points worth. Still going to take a while, though, but... Well, I mean, I suppose now we're 400 workers. We should be able to get, like, up to 40% of the construction. Maybe. Capture that area. We are trying to cover the... from there in the south. That was more fuel. Fuel we got plenty, luckily. How is the... If we have a look at the... Oh, we did actually make pretty good money there. Okay, well, I mean, that's good. Customization points we also have quite a bit. I think we might already have pretty close to... able to customize some more of the brigades. At least. We did get the side skirts, so once we do get that, we... Oh, we've already unlocked the assault gun, haven't we? Yeah, we have, so we could put the side skirts on the assault gun. And the flak gun, that's going to be probably good to well, protect... Once we start fighting some of the other major factions, then those are going to be probably very much needed. Oh, right, this one's supposed to be moving further over here, so we'll have another unit to sort of capture these mountains here slowly but surely. But, well, we've got basically no political points. We could maybe do a little bit of ammunition production again. I'm sure that we can utilize that. And also maybe a bit of machinery. Because I'm pretty sure that if we start working on building a rail station in here, that is going to cost us 4 pieces of machinery. Also quite a bit of metal, which we can't really afford right now. Upgrading the airbase to level 2 would allow us to have light aircraft in there already, or based from there, so that would be probably a good idea as well. I don't think we have the... We're not designing a light aircraft unit yet, but we will need to design one at some point, most likely. Although for that, we might want to wait for the better engines, or just not go for the heaviest wings. That's also a possibility. But anyway, let's get to the next round, shall we? So I think one of the things that we should probably do is try to get a connection for the second metal mine that would be in somebody's territory, because that would allow us to get a lot more metal, which means that we can build a lot more things, so that would just speed up things a lot. Because right now we've only been... Oh, and we are probably going to be running out of the recycling facility or community in our capital, in Spike. The one that we started with. The one that we built ourselves is probably still fine. We had a few battles as well. But we didn't lose anything. Ooh, combat armor has been discovered. Well, that's very tempting. And we got the flak gun model designed. Ooh, Friendship Pact. Sawyer Deep made a very well executed attack on Scarlet Sea. Lost one ship and sink 2 enemy ships and Scar Receive. Oh, alright, so that's... The Zoria Deep, which is our ally, admittedly, has now taken pretty much all of the Z-zones that we know of. How did the construction go in here? That's not quite yet completed. We do have a tiny bit of colonists, but not a lot. Did we get... Oh, we did get about... Yeah, we got a tiny bit more construction done there. So I'm guessing the item... Still got a decent bit of food in there. We might have to send in a bit of extra soon-ish, but... For the time being, seems good enough. Let's have a look at the decisions first. That's probably the first things first. National budget. Ooh, right. Did we get the... We did get the appliance sign stuff. I think right now... First of all, the Air Force can be 5%. And these can be 5%. We'll reduce the appliance signs council a little bit. Like 5%. Military can be at 15%. Staff council could probably be at 10%. I think, and then we're going to put in 20% on the Supreme Council, which leaves us with... We could probably reduce the... No, actually, we're going to go 15% all 3 of these. Not necessarily the most ideal, but it'll do for now. Enforcement profile reaches at least 50. Let's have a look if there's anything... Oh, right, the Appliance Science Council. I mean, I suppose we could assign someone there now. It does mean a bit of extra expenditure, but I think we'll be mostly fine. Economic Council, we're not going to do any changes on the task there. Or the Interior Council. Design target. Right, so now we could get the... You know what, I'm going to try designing light aircraft now. If we go for a slightly... So let's try transport. And we could probably try go for a heavy engine. We'll still go with a small wingspan. Let's see, if we go for a, I don't know, 800 liter, no weapons, and 250 cargo space, but that's sort of fairly limited range. Only 3 hexes. The speed isn't massive. So let's try again. So transport, if we go for a slightly lighter engine, still a small wingspan, same fuel tank, and the same cargo, so that would be still 3. Okay, so... Oh, and the speed is even less. No, I don't think we can realistically speaking get a proper light stuff here, then. We'll just cancel that one. We could go for the assault gun, though. And for the assault gun, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put in some sort of howitzer there. It's not going to have a high-velocity gun. Because it's preferably going to be anti-infantry more than anti-vehicle. We've got the 88mm gun on the artillery, so this could maybe be just 60mm gun. And then we'll put in... I'm going to put a 50mm steel plating. Could probably be heavy diesel engine. Oh, we can't put side skirts on that. Okay. Well, fair enough. At least we can get this gun. Right, so that's the enforcement. A new advisor. Sure. Battle Dojo. We can enlist Dojo's infrastructure and improve the experience of all our militia units with 90%, or we could allow the Battle Dojo to continue its operation and receive 200 recruits per round. Oh, yeah, we're going to allow that. Free recruits is always nice. Oh, and they are offering even more, these leaders. What about the Diplo decision? So, oh, official peace treaty. Yes, we will take that. And Monish Republic is blackmailing us. 900 credits tribute. No.
Yes, sir.
There might be a war now between us, but oh well. Right, so they're offering 2 more leaders again, so that would be 13 political points. I'm going to say not now on the first one, and the second one we are going to take Excellent Sailor.
Roger that.
So it's at least something. Wait, enforcement at least 50 points. We already have that. Alright then. Right, so are we at war with Timones? Not yet, they're still trying to blackmail us. But we've retaken the town over here at least. Trying to sort of stop the enemy in here. Let's do a bit of a range attack. Let's see if we deal any damage. Nope, no damage. Well, alright then. We do have a decent... Oh, they've cut the road off there. Okay. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Alright then. I think what I might even do is try to bring in the tank back into supply areas at least. Ooh, that is a lot of salamanders up there. I think we're going to move the artillery down that way. help clear out some of these. This one's a bit smaller though, so that is something that I could maybe try attacking.
Yes, sir. We're going in.
We did also have some combat which I didn't check yet, so let's take a look at the history real quick. So, battle, we had one over here against our gladiators, which we destroyed 100 enemies, and over here another one where we destroyed 200 enemies. That was all the battles that we had. So we do know that there's something in there. We'll move a little bit in there to capture some of that. And then do we have, well, we've got some industrial points. If we want to get to there, we're going to have to basically build a road through there. And since we don't have the truck station over there yet, it's kind of unnecessary. Spokomania doesn't have a lot of troops in there right now. I mean, we've got a decent chunk of troops within the zone, but like not in the city itself. Also, shouldn't that... Oh, it flipped all of this into Spokomania. Okay. Fair enough, I suppose. Not what I had in mind, though. Oh, right, there's an enemy in here. Do we have... We don't have any artillery on these units, unfortunately. But that's probably okay for now. We could, technically speaking, send one of these units down there. Provide at least a tiny bit of artillery and get a bit of experience for the troops. Because we're not going to be sending all of these units into Ansang D quite yet. One of the things that I should probably do, though, is transfer a bit more food in there. We're going to transfer up to 400 points. So let's transfer like 50 right now. So it's not going to be too much of a strain on our stockpiles or anything like that. And how much can we even stockpile in here? 262, okay. So if we send more than that, it's going to be overflowing anyway. And the water already is here pretty high. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and capture a little bit more of the island here. I don't know how... I don't think they've actually expanded at all yet. I might be able to transport one more unit in there. Oh, it's only 100 weight there. So we can do that one. Now, how many things are we building? So, in... Well, I suppose actually, if we don't select anything, is that going to show everything, or... No, it's just showing Spike. Okay. So in Spike, we're not actually building anything. I don't know if the... not even the private sector is actually building anything. In somebody, we're getting the hospital... Oh, we just completed the hospital, actually. And we're getting a truck station. And then in Spokomania, we're not actually building it. We've got the light industry in there, at least operational now. We are getting a little bit of recruits through there. And then over here in Ansang, we are going to get the airbase hopefully completed now for the next round, so that would be quite nice. We're sending another unit over there that's just going to be guarding the city right now. We'll slowly expand a little bit, since we don't have the trucks here though, so we can't really do all that supplying yet. I do hope that we could maybe find a bit of fuel in here, or maybe we just... I suppose one of the things that we could do is start farming in here a little bit. It might not be... Well, there's some grassy plains over there, so that's not too bad. It's probably one of the better ones. There's a heavy forest over on that city. So yeah, that's probably one of the better locations in here. In regards to that. Fair enough. So we did move these. I did move these. We're trying to cut this one off. If we could corral it over there, that'd be brilliant. Although I don't know if these are... These might be amphibious. They move on foot, so no, not really. It's a herbivore though, so it shouldn't be attacking us all that often. At least in theory. We do have a unit over here, but I suppose we don't have the supplies in there, so that will have to wait. Are they... Right, we do have a private oil well over here now. There used to be one over there, but that one's been removed. But at least we're getting some money out of it. So how are we doing just money? We are actually losing quite a bit of it. Let's have a look at the trade real quick. So we could sell some fuel. We could sell a bit of food. Or rare metals, but the rare metals price is actually fairly low in comparison. I suppose another thing that I could start now is start working on the rail station in here.
Order received.
Might take a while before it's completed, but that will allow us to build the railway between Spike and somebody. And we'll of course need to build a station over there in somebody. We could maybe have a railhead over there, so it's kind of like a quick stop there. It doesn't increase the amount of transport points that you get, but it will allow you to pick up stuff from there or drop off stuff in there, which is quite handy, especially in like closer towards the front line. It's quite handy. Right, now that we've got the official peace treaty in here, we could maybe start moving some of these militias out of there. Maybe start going around that way. Now this one I'm going to send probably into somebody itself. I mean, how much that... Oh, we've got artillery in that one even. We will have some troops in here still. I mean, that one's now empty, so could maybe pull that out slightly further down, and then this could maybe try and go across the mountains down that way. Oh, there is an enemy. Right, well, we found out some of them. Right, so these have these scout units. Maybe we'll send one there, and, well, that already moved. We don't necessarily need to have too many troops on the front line there. Ooh, right, so what do we have here? There is 11,000 free folk there. Okay, that would be quite nice to get into somebody. And there's the battle dojo. That's good news. There's we're using quite a bit of the truck points that we have in here. But not all of them. Just quite a bit of it. How's the population? It's actually slightly going down in Spike right now. Admittedly, we are getting 500 recruits in there, and then there's a little bit of free folk. There's not too much of them, though. There's 700 growth from natural, though, so that's actually pretty decent already. I suppose there's a bit of recruitment for the private, or the public sector, rather, not the private sector, which is costing us a little bit. We've done the troop movements, though, so let's get to the next round, shall we? We've definitely managed to capture a decent chunk of land in here recently. I'm starting to get into the sort of natural borders with the mountain ranges and all that. So you still need to conquer a lot more to conquer the entire planet. Okay, we're having a few battles at least. We killed 200 infantry. Oh, and we found more fuel deposits in Spike. Will it ever end? Technically speaking, it's probably somewhere down here in the newly conquered areas. Not right there. Oh, it's over there, right. So how's this supply in here? We did consume a little bit of food. We do actually have a little bit of... Oh, did we actually complete the thing? We did. And how much do we actually need the... So its production cost is 500 workers. So we still need to send at least 100 workers in here. So I suppose what I could do is I'm going to send in 100 workers. And I'm also going to send in 100 population. Just to get a little bit of pops in here. Not massive amounts, but at least a few pops here and there. Now let's have a look at the decisions. We only got 31 political power points, so that's something to keep in mind. Military Research Council task we are going to keep as is. Independent lab discovered in somebody. Discover private technology lab in a remote area in somebody. If we would scrap it and enlist their staff, it would give us plenty of organizational political muscle in the form of 23 political points, or we could ask the scientists to start sharing their work with us and gain 100 research bonus points every return. Right, hold on a minute. Let's have a look at the demand overview. Do we still have the enforcement? Hold on a minute. Oh, it is gone down a little bit. So that would be allowing us to get the political points. Admittedly, the research bonus points would be quite handy. But getting that extra points in here might allow us to complete the mission. Ooh, they're willing to buy some industrial points from us. 445 industrial points. I'm going to take that because we do need the money. We get almost 900 credits from it. Oh, talent recruitment drive. Already was making a recruitment drive for future leaders for the Maritime Trade House in our zone of Spike. There seems to be quite an interest. This is why we feel it necessary to inform you of our HR operations. Know that if you will agree with our operations, we'll reimburse you with 1,800 credits. It would increase relations with them. Of course, all the leaders over here would be kind of upset. But that is a lot of money. That would cost us 450. You know what? I'm going to let the meritocracy fall down a little bit, and I'm going to take the money. Oh, now there's the leader recruitment. So we've got 51 points. I guess we could hire another one.
Roger that.
And then the second one, eager to serve us. I'm going to say not now. I don't need too many leaders right now. Oh, and they are... no, actually, it's Odensea. Oh, right, hold on a minute. I know where that is. But like 190. That might even be too much. Well, not too much, but like... I don't think there's too many others that have made contact with them. So it's the sea zone over here. Well, I suppose maybe... No, I'm pretty sure that I'm the only one that has any sea border with them. Alright then, so let's have a look at the situation here. We know that the enemy is moving through there. Let's bring in this and start doing a bit of a range attack. They have been moving, so they don't have the entrenchment at least, so that would allow us to at least get rid of some of the enemies. Well, we got one kill. Let's send in the tanks to pursue, and I suppose the mechanized units can also pursue. The infantry can stay in here to hold onto the shrine at least. And then over here we can maybe push back the hostiles a little bit. Got the artillery. Let's go ahead and do the range attack. Don't know if it will deal a lot of damage, but at least we can sort of give it a bit more pressure to move away. I didn't also check the battles that we had. I know that we had at least 1 or 2, so let's say a quick look at those. Actually, we had only 1. And it was the battle over here, where we killed another 200 without any losses, so I suppose we know that there's enemy in here. I don't want to attack there directly because we don't have the intel on it. And we'd probably take a lot of losses from the ambush. Right, I suppose another thing that is... Okay, ooh, they're retreating from there. Let's send the infantry in, because this could move in closer there. So is this one... These are the long frogs. They got quite a bit of defense, especially self-attack. Our attack, not quite as much. But they are relatively strong, all things considered, so I don't necessarily want to push too far in there. But these could definitely start clearing out a little bit more. Oh, there must be someone there. Probably someone there as well, to be fair. Yeah, okay, so they must have 2 units in here. Fair enough. But at least we're pushing them back a little bit, and I think soon enough we probably want to set up the... Well, that would be the 5th region, to be fair, but another region somewhere in here. We just haven't built anything in this area yet, so that's kind of the issue. How is the railway coming along? Well, we got about 3/4 of what we were supposed to build last round. So we are running very low on metal, which, to be fair, doesn't surprise me. We did get the stuff up here, although we don't have enough workers necessarily. Oh, right, it's not actually providing the truck movement either. Move a little bit of troops here. Try to capture some more of that, and I suppose these could try to just cut across the mountains there into the road and then maybe clear out some of this mountain here. And then I guess what we could do is we could do a quick little attack over there. Should be at least be able to push them out and get a few kills in the process. There we go. Not too shabby, and I suppose this could actually move in there, so we know that there are some enemies. Right, so there's a bit of militia there. Is that one's still Raconis, actually? Huh. Interesting. I guess this could move further along. Well, actually, I'm going to leave this one in the sort of middle here to be a little bit extra reinforcements in that region. But this could definitely move further south. Maybe take over the defense of Sambal itself, or the city itself, and then those troops can move further north. Because right now they're just guarding the city, but they don't have to be there. I'm going to move this one to the middle point there. Slightly closer to the road network. Or the main branch of the road network, so maybe slightly less truck points are going to be used. Alright, we could try moving in here, but I suppose we just move most of these. We don't actually want to risk too much. We do not have anyone guarding that area, though. And these could also move. We'll send one there. I suppose what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick little cheeky strategic movement to there. There's a bit... Well, it takes quite a bit of points, but we'll have someone at least guarding this truck station over here, so the enemy won't be able to just take that. But I do also realize that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if I haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.